In a family cloaked in opulence, where love is a performance and loyalty a facade, betrayal festers beneath the surface. This is the story of Grace Hartwell, a daughter overshadowed, who forged her pain into a blade to dismantle the perfect world that betrayed her. Welcome to a tale where weddings veil deceit, and vengeance unveils truth. The Hartwell estate glowed under morning light, its gardens manicured, marble fountains gleaming, the mansion a vision of wealth fit for magazine covers. To the world, it was perfection. Inside, it was a battlefield. I, Grace Hartwell, was 3 days from marrying Adam Whitmore, my childhood friend turned college love, a story others called a fairy tale. But fairy tales are lies, and in the Hartwell family, truth was a casualty. My older sister Victoria was the star, tall, elegant, her charm a magnet. Our parents, Eleanor and Richard, showcased her like a jewel, their pride palpable as rooms hushed in her presence. I was the shadow, practical, quiet, the daughter who followed rules, studied hard, waited for their approval. It never came. Even now, with my wedding nearing, their focus was on optics, floral arrangements for photos, a guest list to boost their status, my marriage to Adam a tool for their ambition. This wasn't my moment, it was theirs. 3 days before the ceremony, the ballroom buzzed with planners. Florists hauled towering arrangements, caterers debated linens, and mother snapped orders without meeting my eyes. Grace, chin up, she said, her voice sharp. Society today's photographers are coming. Look happy, it's your wedding. Her words were a command, not care. Yes, mother, I said, my smile brittle. Victoria swept in, her silk dress catching every gaze, her entrance a performance. She kissed mother, hugged father, then turned to me, her smile saccharine. Grace, you're glowing. A lie, I was pale, strained, a ghost in my own story. Thank you, I said, swallowing venom. That evening, Adam and I stole a moment in the gardens. His dark hair fell over his warm eyes, his smile steadying me. You holding up? He asked, brushing my knuckles. Trying, I said. He kissed me softly. 3 days, then it's us. I wanted to believe him, but unease coiled in my gut. The first fracture came at the rehearsal dinner. The East Hall sparkled, chandeliers blazing, crystal clinking, guests a parade of wealth and power. This wasn't about love, it was about legacy. Father stood, his voice commanding. To Grace, who's found her place, he said, pausing, and Adam, who'll guide her to greatness. The applause stung, my place, as if I'd been lost until now, my worth tied to Adam. Then Victoria rose, her champagne gown shimmering, her presence silencing the room. A toast, she said, her eyes flicking to me, then lingering on Adam. To Grace and Adam, may their love endure like our childhood stories. Though some of us always knew, her smile turned coy, Adam's heart wasn't fully his to give. Laughter rippled, uneasy and sharp. I froze, my breath catching. What did she mean? Adam shifted, his smile forced. Victoria, he started. She waved him off, laughing. Just a joke. Childhood bonds run deep, don't they? The words pierced, a blade cloaked in jest. Whispers spread, smirks hidden behind glasses. Mother and father stayed silent, their faces stone. My throat tightened, heat flooding my cheeks. Later, in the garden, I confronted Adam, my heart pounding. What was that? A joke, he said, too fast. You know Victoria. Was it? I pressed, my voice cracking. He hesitated, a heartbeat too long. My stomach sank. Grace, he said, reaching for me. I stepped back. Tell me. He ran a hand through his hair, eyes averted. It was high school. A fling. It meant nothing. High school. Victoria. My sister. The world tilted, betrayal burning through me. You slept with her? I whispered, hoarse. Before us, he pleaded. I love you, Grace. I chose you. But her laughter echoed, her words a public wound, deeper than Grace ever realized. That night, I sat at my vanity, my reflection hollow, eyes red. Years of being eclipsed by Victoria, ignored by my parents, now capped by this, her taint on my love, her smirk stealing my moment. They'd let it happen, all of them. This wasn't a slip, it was a calculated strike, a game to keep me small. But as rage burned, a clarity emerged. I wouldn't be their fool. The wedding was a stage, Hundreds of guests, cameras, reporters. The perfect arena for their downfall. If Victoria wanted to humiliate me, if my parents wanted to control me, if Adam thought lies would hold, I'd turn their game against them. I began quietly, gathering threads. Evelyn, a loyal family friend, slipped me files, shady deals in father's company, mother's questionable campaign funds. Victoria's secret surfaced, debts hidden behind her glamour, affairs that would ruin her in elite circles. Adam's past with Victoria was just the start. I'd find his other lies. The wedding wouldn't be their triumph. It would be their end. The morning after the rehearsal dinner, the Hartwell estate thrummed with activity. Staff scurried with linens and trays, decorators perfected the ballroom's opulence, and Mother issued commands from the staircase like a monarch. To them, it was another Hartwell triumph. To me, Grace Hartwell, it was a war zone, and I was arming for battle. Sleepless, my mind churned with strategies. Revenge demanded precision, not haste. The wedding 2 days away was my deadline, my stage to expose their lies. I targeted Adam first, probing for the depth of his betrayal. He was careless, leaving his phone on the nightstand during his shower, its password unchanged, his birthday, predictable as ever. My hands shook as I scrolled through texts, emails, apps. At first, nothing, just banal chatter, wedding reminders, congratulations. Then, a contact labeled VW. Not Victoria, but Vivian Whitmore, his mother. My stomach lurched. The messages were stark. Transactions, investments, funds funneled from father's company through Whitmore Enterprises. Adam wasn't a bystander, he was complicit. This marriage wasn't love, it was a merger, a deal sealed with vows. I was no bride, I was a pawn. Rage burned through me, white-hot and consuming. They'd banked on my blindness, my silence. But I held a weapon now, one that could topple both families if I wielded it publicly. On the second day, Evelyn, my quiet ally, slipped me an envelope in the library's shadows. "You didn't get this from me," she whispered. Inside, Victoria's bank statements revealed a crumbling facade, overdrawn accounts, luxury purchases, gambling debts, transfers to offshore accounts. Hotel receipts, photos, and letters from a man named Julian hinted at blackmail, his words laced with desire and menace. Victoria, the perfect sister, was drowning, her secrets a noose. That night, I spread the evidence across my bed: father's corrupt deals, mother's campaign fund irregularities, Adam's duplicity, Victoria's debts and affairs. A tangled web, but fragile. One pull, and it would unravel. The rehearsal at St. Augustine's Chapel was tense, guests feigning joy in the pews. Mother and father's smiles were forced, Adam played the doting groom, and Victoria lingered too close. During a break, she slid beside me, her perfume sharp. "Still sulking over my toast?" she murmured, her smile ablaze. I stayed silent. "Oh, Grace," she laughed. "Don't be so serious. It was a joke." I met her eyes, my smile cold. "You're right. Jokes don't haunt, unless they're true." Her expression flickered, sensing the storm. That night, I drafted my speech, not vows, but a reckoning. I'd stand before the guests, the press, the elite, and expose every lie. Father's corruption, mother's ambition, Victoria's scandals, Adam's betrayal. The thought steadied me, my nerves steeling. Then, a knock. Adam stood at my door, pale, eyes shadowed. "Grace, we need to talk." I crossed my arms. "About what?" He stepped inside, closing the door, glancing nervously down the hall. "Victoria's toast wasn't just a jab. She's jealous, trying to sabotage us. She doesn't want me, she wants to ruin you." I narrowed my eyes. "And the deals? Your family and mine?" He froze, his voice a whisper. "You saw my phone. You left it unlocked." He paced, desperate. "It's complicated. Our fathers wanted this alliance, but I love you, Grace. I chose you." The words rang hollow. "Chose me?" I snapped. "Or did they choose me for you?" He reached for me. I stepped back. "You destroyed us," I whispered. He left, and silence swallowed me, shattering the last hope of love. The day before the wedding, chaos reigned, relatives arrived, champagne flowed, planners rushed. Mother glowed, Victoria preened, Adam feigned normalcy. I played my part, smiling, posing, rehearsing, while inside, I honed my plan. In the garden, Evelyn handed me a flash drive. "Everything you need," she said. "Records, emails, photos. Enough to bury them." "Why help me?" I asked. Her smile was bittersweet. "I was you once. I didn't fight. You should." Her words hardened my resolve. I tucked the drive into my purse, returning to my room. The mirror showed not the quiet daughter, but a force, dangerous, ready. Tomorrow's wedding wouldn't be a union. It would be a battlefield, and I'd bring it down. The wedding morning dawned with deceptive perfection. The Hartwell estate shimmered under crisp sunlight, gardens sculpted, white tents gleaming across the lawn. Guests in tailored suits and silk gowns glided through pathways, champagne glasses clinking, laughter masking the tension beneath. It looked like a fairy tale, but fairy tales are lies, and I, Grace Hartwell, was ready to rewrite this one in ruin. I woke before dawn, sleepless, my mind a forge of vengeance. At the vanity, Evelyn braided my hair into a crown, her hands steady, her eyes sharp in the mirror. "You look beautiful," she said softly. "Do I?" My voice was cold. She gripped my shoulders. "You look like you're about to burn it all down." I gave a faint smile. "Good." The hours blurred. Makeup, photographers, bridesmaids fussing. Mother swept in, her critique sharp. "Straighter, Grace. Smile brighter. Don't ruin this day." Her day, not mine. I nodded, my smile a mask. "Don't worry, Mother. It'll be unforgettable." She left, oblivious to my promise. St. Augustine's chapel glowed with candlelight and stained glass, packed with elite, politicians, tycoons, society vultures. Father stood rigid at the altar, Mother basked in whispers, Adam posed as the perfect groom in his tuxedo. Victoria shimmered in silver, her smile a blade, her eyes smug with victory. She thought she'd won. The music swelled. I stepped into the aisle, veil trailing, gown flowing like ivory. Cameras flashed. Guests leaned forward. Each step was a countdown. 10, 9, 8. The priest spoke of love, eternity. 7, 6. Adam's hands shook as he took mine, whispering, "You're beautiful." 5. I smiled, my final lie. 4, 3. The priest asked for objections. 2. Silence. 1. "I do," I said, my voice clear. Then louder. "I have something to say." Gasps rippled. The priest hesitated, Adam's grip tightened, confusion in his eyes. "Grace," Mother hissed from the front. "Not now." I turned, facing the crowd, my voice a blade. "Vows mean nothing when built on lies. I'm here not as a bride, but as a daughter betrayed, used as a pawn in a game of power." Murmurs grew, cameras tilted. Father's face darkened, Mother's hands twitched, Victoria's smile cracked. Adam whispered, "Grace, don't." But I was fire. "This marriage is a contract," I said, my words slicing the air. "A deal between my family and the Whitmores for money and influence. I was their currency, dressed in white to seal their ambition." Shouts erupted. Father stood, roaring, "Enough." I faced him, unyielding. "Sit down, Father. My voice matters now." Silence fell, heavy as stone. I turned to Victoria. "My sister didn't just steal my past with Adam. She's bled this family dry. Debts, gambling, affairs with men who'd ruin her if the truth came out." The crowd gasped, eyes on Victoria as she surged up, pale, shaking. "Lies. She's jealous." I raised the flash drive. "Not lies. Proof. Emails, records, photos." I faced Adam, my voice ice. "You weren't just unfaithful. You funneled money through Whitmore Enterprises, played their game, made me your pawn." He choked. "I love you." "You love power," I snapped. The room roared, whispers, shouts, flashes. Mother lunged forward, her mask shattered. "You're ruining us." I met her eyes, every wound pouring out. "You ruined me when you chose image over truth, silence over loyalty. Now watch what your reputation's worth." I plugged the flash drive into the projector. Screens blazed with evidence, emails, bank statements, photos, letters. Father's corruption, Victoria's debts, Adam's betrayal, all exposed. The chapel erupted, journalists scribbling, guests gawking. Victoria screamed, lunging at me. "You'll pay." Security restrained her as she thrashed, cameras capturing her fall. Father stormed forward, face purple. "You've destroyed us. You destroyed yourselves," I said. "I just lit the match." Adam slumped against a pew, face buried, his charm broken. Mother sobbed, her empire crumbling. I stood tall, the storm's eye, as the chapel emptied in chaos. Guests fleeing, reporters racing to break the story. The wedding was dead, the alliance shattered, the Hartwell name disgraced. That night, the estate was silent, heavy with ruin. Father locked himself in his study, Mother wept, Victoria vanished, her reputation ash. Adam fled, his family scrambling. I stood on the balcony, night air cool against my skin, feeling not grief, but power. They thought they'd bury me in silence. I unearthed their lies. "This isn't the end," I whispered to the dark. "It's my beginning." Thus ends Vows of Vengeance, a tale of a daughter who turned betrayal into justice, proving that the quiet ones wield the sharpest retribution. Stay tuned for more stories where love is a lie, and vengeance unveils the truth.